Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is my nails. Okay, so I was watching a Sarah Burchett video recently, and she did this netting embossed. I don't know quite what you call it, but it looked really cool. And I'd seen a couple of pictures, and I've had a design in my head for a little while actually for this set of nails, so I decided I was going to incorporate it into it. Now, I get certain times when I can do my nail, and today is the day I get to do my nails, and it is the hottest day of the year so far, so this is going to get a bit painful. Firstly, what I'm doing, I'm putting down a layer of clear. Now, the first time I tried this, I got this really fine netting and it failed miserably. So this is the second attempt at it. So just trying to get the clear down, and you can see how quickly this is setting up on me. I didn't actually really have to wait to put the netting in. So I didn't really have too many problems with it, other than the fact it, like I say, it's ridiculously hot, and it's the speed in which everything is drying and the quickness I've got to work. So I knew it was a really hot day, amazingly enough. So my monomer is currently sat on an ice pack. So you know, like the freezer ice packs that you normally, like, you know, put on a bruise or something. That's what I get. I've got a really thin flat one, and my monomer pot sits on top of that to cool my monomer down. And then I am also using Naio nails. All of the products I'm using today are Naio nails, and I'm using their Max Adhesion, which is the slowest setting monomer that I have. It is a slow set. It's a really slow set, which is great if you're a beginner, because it gives you plenty of time to practice with it. It's also great when it's hot weather, because honest to God, if I'd used any other liquid at this point, it would have been rock solid before it even got off my brush, I think. I mean, my hand is sweating. I know, that's grim, I'm sorry. But, you know, it is, you know, I'm in the UK. We're not used to having to work in really hot weather. So these are a couple of the things that I do to try and make this better. I do actually put my hands in cold water before I start as well, just to cool my hands down. To give myself as much time. So next we're going to come in with Lunar blush. So you see there, I've just imprinted the netting into the clear, and now I'm going to come in with a really wet bead of Lunar blush. Now, Lunar blush it's a white with a hint of pink, so it is not it's more of like a natural white. So if you think about the white of your nail, or the white of the moon on your nail, it's that kind of colour. So for people who don't want a really intense French, this is a great colour to use. And that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want a mega white. You know, I just find them sometimes too bright. The nice thing about this, so unlike the Moira one, which I've got, which they're pink, French pink, which isn't pink, which that one is a bit more like a milk bath, whereas this one is a core powder and it holds its colour really well, as you can see now. So we're going to come in and we're going to do an ombre on this nail. And so you see what I mean? It holds it really well. It's a lovely colour. I really like this one. And it's one I haven't used Naio for a long time, really, like on myself to do a set. And I was always a Naio girl. I learned on Naio, and yeah, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Naio, and I know I've said it in other videos, but their range of core powder colours is fantastic. Somebody made a comment, I think it was Mandy, about peaching, the Naio Nails products peaching, and she saw in one of Kirsty's videos when Faye was coming back in for an infill, there was a really distinct colour difference between the fill and the actual one. Now, I've got a feeling that's because, you know, of what people do with their hands rather than the product itself. Now, I don't use natural beige. I am not a beige person. As we all know, I am a pink person. So I haven't really... my favourite Naio Nails colour is Perfect Blush, and it is a mix of a nude, so a beige and a pink. And it's the one I'm going to be using in a moment, which I find it matches my skin tone really, really well. I love it because it's not... With a lot of the nudes, I find them a little bit false looking, a little bit dead almost, which, I mean, if you just want a nude colour, then that's brilliant. But if you're trying to make a nail bed, and you want it a little bit more flesh-like, sounds wrong. You know, your natural nail, it's got a pinky tone in it. It needs... Am I making sense? Hopefully I'm making sense. Whereas the Perfect Blush, because it's got that pink already in it, it makes it look nice. It's just a beautiful colour. I love it. And I don't want to have to mix colours to try and make the right colour that I want. I just want to be able to buy a pot and know that it's exactly the right amount of what I want to be the colour that I want. And yeah, so there we go. Oh, that was a lot of waffling. So the next mistake that I made on the index finger is you need to file off, not all of it obviously, but where you've added the lunar blush onto it, you then, because obviously it makes it messy, so you need to file it down. I didn't quite file it down enough, and so it didn't quite give the right print all over, but I was so paranoid that I was going to over file and I would just take the whole thing away. But yeah, it wasn't a major one. Other fail I made, right now I picked up a huge bead because I would normally just pick up a big bead and feather it over. It's boiling hot. Do not pick up giant beads. Go small. It's a shame that I didn't film my non-dominant hand, because by the time I fought this hand, you know, it's dawned on me then, smaller beads, smaller beads, smaller beads. So that's the other tip. Have your monomer on an ice pack because it will cool it down. Put your hands in cold water before you start because that will cool your hands down as well. Obviously, make sure they're well dry before you start all your prep work. But it will, in fact, what I do is I do all of my prep work and then I go and cool my hands down. And then obviously you'll come back, dry them all, go over with a bit of cleanse, and then I put my dehydrator, primer, and off we go. Okay, everybody has this tendency to go wetter beads, and that's not going to be, that doesn't help. Sometimes you do need to add some wet beads, as you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get that blend because it, as you can see, we've got a line, we've got a ridge there, and we don't want a ridge there. So all I'm doing is I'm just putting in just a little bit just to soften this up. Okay, and I do fiddle about with that a little bit more. Don't worry about the shape of this. You're looking at this going, my God, that is a block of acrylic, right? It doesn't matter. When you are working in heat, you are working at, you know, you've got to work so quickly. Just get it on, right? That's what files are for. And when you see where we come back to, it's fine. It's not a problem. It just took a bit more filing. Okay? You're already under pressure because everything is drying quicker. That don't stress yourself out about trying to get it perfect. Just get it on. Make sure you have enough product. You can never not have enough product. Well, you can, obviously, you don't want to, you know, 2 inches thick, but just get it on. Make sure you've got enough product because you can always file back. Okay? Don't stress. Don't stress. So like I say, I knew this was going to be an absolute pain in the backside before I started. Okay? But it had to be done. So you just have to go with it. And I just was like, do you know what? This may not look the most beautiful technique or anything else that I'm about to do on this video, but this is reality. You know me by now. If you've watched my videos enough, I don't go, oh look, I just did it so perfectly all in one go. No, it doesn't happen. And the changes in temperature do change things an awful lot. So, you know, this is reality. I'm fighting with it, and that's just how it is. Okay. So there we go. That is perfect blush, and as you can see what I mean, it's nice. It's a nice colour. And what we're going to do is we're just going to fill in this. Now, the other thing that I decided I was going to add some glitter on this, but by the point I decided I was going to add some glitter on it, I'd already kind of built this up. Yeah. But hey, it works out in the end. In fact, what I did, I actually took a chunk right off the end of this tip, and I had to come back in later and add some more product because I was like, the shaping of this is wrong. Why is it going on the wonk? And then I realised, yeah, there's not enough product on the end of this tip. So we just added a bit more and it was fine. This is all in real time, as you can tell. And already, look at that. Look, you can start to see. You can start to see the beautifuls. Yeah, so originally I was just going to have a couple of ombres on this. I was going to try doing some 3D flowers, but everybody seems to have suddenly decided they're doing 3D flowers. I'm like going, oh, okay. And I mean, you work dry when you do a 3D flower anyway, but with what I was facing already today, I was like, oh, no, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. So next we're going to come in and we're going to add some glitter. Now the glitter I am using today, this is Tiger Lily and it's from Glitterfairy, or it was from the Glitterfairy. I'm using the multi-cut and the chunky cut. Now Glitterfairy doesn't exist anymore, but I have been told that she, under the name of Miss Lucy's Boutique, she is doing the subscriptions and there are some of the stock favourites for her glitters available as well. So I don't know if she's got this one, but you can certainly find out. I'm just capping over that blend because I don't want to file all of that away when I come to file these nails. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of clear just on top. And again, like I say, at this point, I'm not fussed about the shape of that nail. I will sort that out with a file later. I just need to get product on. So this nail, this is going to be a full nail of the Tiger Lily. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the multi-cut. Now, the multi-cut doesn't contain any really big chunks with this glitter. And I do like the bigger chunks, but it's great because you can get kind of a full coverage with the smaller one, with the multi-cut, before then going to the chunky to add in more of those bigger and, yeah. What are they called? Them things, what? Hexagons, that's what they are. I love Tiger Lily. It is one of my favourites. It's got a purple tint to it, and as I move my finger, hopefully you're going to see the shift, because it is gorgeous. I love this colour. I loved this set actually. I wasn't too keen on the previous set that I had on. This is definitely more me, and now everything's opening up more and I'm in the office more as well. It's yeah, I like this set. I like it a lot. Also, maintenance for this is going to be super simple, which is also good because I'm I don't enjoy videoing me doing my own nails. I know everybody else enjoys watching it, and that's why, you know, I'm happy to do it. But I don't know how these people film on their own nails all the time, because it's just not comfortable at all. It really isn't. So now I have put on, I'm going to come in now with the chunky cut just to add more of those big hexagons onto that that nail. I am using my extreme, so my XXL coffin tips that I got from eBay. McCart are now doing some as well, actually. So I yeah, kind of want to test those ones out. They look good. But yeah, there is no way that I would be going XXXL on myself at all. Oh, I did compromise actually, because I went a whole half a centimetre bigger last time, and I said I was struggling with that. Not so much in my day-to-day life, but when I'm trying to do nails on my practice hand, I just kept hitting the nail that I'd just done, which was very irritating. So I've compromised, and I've done an extra half of a half, quarter. Extra quarter. So instead of being, so normally I'm a 2.5 centimetre, so I've gone for about 2.75 instead of the 3. Just, you know, I think maybe baby steps on that. There you go. I'm just going to add a little swirl on that, again, just to help the blend. And yeah, just give it a little bit of something. And then the middle finger, I am just doing a glitter fade. Oh, we haven't got that yet. We'll get there in a minute. Oh, I'm just going to poke this around for a little bit more. I'm going to faff. There we go. So we're just going to add that onto that middle finger. Like so. And then we'll just add a bit more on there just to fill that up a bit. And then the thumb is going to be exactly the same as the pinky. So I'll let you watch that. I'll be back in a minute. And there we go. Look at that, beautifuls. So then I'm just going to cap over those, and then we're going to come and we're going to put some crystals on. Now, originally, I was just going to do a plain, simple cuff, but this kind of expanded and became a much bigger cuff. It's not a major one. So, again, I'm using my chi gel, and I will top coat over my chi gel. And then what I did is, because I started to expand the design, I just added more chi gel and just puts a bit more top coat over it. You know, it wasn't a major one. Just keep going. And I know people are going to ask me what I'm using. Now, these purple ones. They are from Scatter Crystals. And they were called Lavender Smoke. Smoked Lavender. Something like that. And then the other ones that I'm using are just rose gold. And they're in various different sizes. And then all I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to keep adding to the design and just building it up. I was trying to get a purple that matched the purple that's in the glitter, but I didn't have anything that was that colour. And I saw these lavender ones and thought, you know what? They're really nice. I like them. Let's go with that. I do try and keep my hand in shot, but as we know, you have to kind of go in and out as I'm moving around. So I apologise if I'm a little bit in out. Yeah, that index finger was not quite the right shape. But if I kept filing, I would have just taken off everything else. So do you know what? I'll just live with that. It's not the end of the world. You know, like I say, when you're having enough of a fight anyway, just don't stress yourself out about it, you know. Nobody, other than people who are really going to be nitpicking and going, ooh, look at that, are going to notice. You know, everybody else who just looks at my nails as I'm going along, they don't see any of that. You know, don't beat yourself up. It will all be right in the wash, as they say. Okay, so I am just going to keep doing that. Obviously, I have sped this up because we would be here all year. And like I said, I do apologise that I do go out of shot a little bit. It's really hard, actually, because of you've got all I'm trying to keep my hand away from the crystal so I don't knock everything flying. But at the same time, I'm trying to keep my hand in shot as well. So all I've done there is just add a bit more tea gel and then just sorted the top coat out over the top. So I haven't cured the top coat yet, which is fine because then I can just add and, you know, manipulate it how I need it to be. And that's all good. And yes, I have cut a chunk of that out because, yeah, most of the rest of that was out of shot. But there you go, that's my cuff. And then we're going to come in and we're going to top coat all the rest of these nails. Oh my God, they glitter. It's very, very yummy. And then that's it. That is today's design. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.